Well, hello, Full First Baptist Church and all of our friends that tune in here on a regular basis. We're checking back in with another. We're sitting out here on our front porch today, but it's a little bit windy. I hope that doesn't. Well, hello, First Baptist Church, and for all of our friends that tune in here on a regular basis, we're checking back in with another virtual visit, and it's been a little while.
It has been a while.
A couple weeks since we've done a virtual visit. We're sitting out. I lost my train of thought. Well, hello, Full First Baptist Church, and all of our friends that tune in here on a regular basis. We're checking back in with another virtual visit. Now, it's been a while, a couple of weeks since we've had a virtual visit, and there's a reason for that. Yeah. And the reason is we lead boring lives.
Yes,
there's not much going on here to give you an update on. So, for example, here's what's been going on the past couple of weeks. We're out here on the front porch. I put a new goldfinch feeder right behind this camera here, out on the tree here by our front porch. We've had 3 goldfinches coming. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
We've got a blue jay coming to the back bird feeder, and a red-bellied woodpecker coming to the back bird feeder.
And a raccoon.
Oh, yeah, and a raccoon, which we haven't managed to catch yet, but he's working his destructive ways through the various things we have out back. I painted the deck.
Yes, and fixed it.
Fixed the deck. You've been reorganizing closets.
Yes, very exciting things.
See, these are the exciting things that go on around here. We lead pretty boring lives, so, we didn't want to check in each week and just tell you all the boring stuff that's happened. But that's what's been going on. The question mark around here right now is, what will school look like when it opens back up?
It's going to open, just don't know all the details yet.
Yeah, so. We did get word that Lily's school will open up on August the 13th. We're just waiting to see what that looks like, what that will mean for the students and for you as a teacher, what that will mean. But overall, we lead pretty boring lives around here, but we kind of like it that way. Yeah. It's kind of nice not to have a lot of drama going on. We hope you are doing well, wherever you are, wherever you're tuning in at. We know a lot of folks are back at work pretty much full time now. There are still some working from home and still a few who have not been called back to work yet. Yeah. And we're sure thinking of you all as well and praying the Lord will provide for your needs. A couple of announcements to make. Things are still going well at the church. We've been back and opened up several weeks now. We're getting about half of our normal attendance, but I think that's great.
I do too. Yeah.
And we're moving toward that July 4th date, which for Indiana, that's supposed to be when everything opens back up full strength. So we'll see if we stay on track for that. But we're hopeful. The numbers in Indiana still look pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
I know a lot of other states it doesn't right now, but Indiana still looks good, and we're prayerful it stays that way. One announcement for Sunday. This coming Sunday, we will start back with our adult Sunday school class, and that will meet in the auditorium right after the worship service. So we hope you'll stick around for that if you're able to attend. It'll be a few more weeks before we get our kids' Sunday school program back up and running, but we're hopeful for that. Any announcements that you want to make, Christina?
Just that the first 5, I think it's been really good, Hosea and everything. I know some of you have had comments and questions or things you're thinking about. Just go ahead and post those so others can see you. You might have the same question or the same thought, or you might spur someone else. I know I'm often spurred by your comments and thoughts to dig deeper or to think about the text in a new way. So that will be really beneficial. So just go ahead and put it out there.
Yeah. We like to try to include in these videos some biblical encouragement. And I've been encouraged by this study in 1 Thessalonians that we're going through on Sunday. And I know you and I have talked about several things, several verses and passages along the way as we've been studying together. I've also been challenged and convicted along the way too. But for Sunday's sermon, Paul's going to emphasize yet again the Thessalonians and the return of Jesus, which is a theme throughout 1 Thessalonians. But Paul mentions Jesus' return in every chapter. So chapter 1, he talks about the Thessalonians who are looking for Jesus' return, who rescues us from the wrath to come. Chapter 2, he mentions Jesus' return in relationship to Paul seeing the Thessalonians once again.
Yes.
He may not see him here on this earth, but he will see them once again in the presence of Jesus. In chapter 3, what we're going to look at this Sunday, Paul looks to the return of Jesus and the sanctifying impact it will have on the Thessalonians. Chapter 4, of course, is that famous return of Jesus passage where he talks about bodily resurrection at Jesus' return, the transformation that takes place, and how that changes how we grieve the loss of a loved one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in chapter 5, there's that closing prayer where Paul prays for the Thessalonians that their soul, spirit, and body would be preserved complete without blame at the coming of the Lord Jesus. So it's like Paul takes the return of Christ and holds it up like a precious jewel, like a diamond, and he just keeps turning it so we see different facets of how it impacts our everyday living, our everyday life. I wrote down how Paul talks about Christ's return in relationship to our rescue, our being reunited, our sanctification, our resurrection and transformation, our complete preservation. I think there's a sermon there, if I can get all those to start with the same letter. I don't know. I'm still working on that part of it, but he just keeps turning the return of Jesus in showing us different aspects of how it impacts our everyday lives. So Jesus' return is not some far off, disconnected reality, like something out there that just might happen one day. For Paul, the imminent return of Jesus impacted all areas of life, all areas of ministry, how he viewed life and ministry. And so I just want to encourage all of us to rejoice, take encouragement, take heart. Jesus is coming again. And think about how that impacts your everyday life. Well, I think that's all we have to share today. We love y'all, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.